Alright, you're welcome back to my channel, and like I always say before the start of every videos that we are making, don't forget to like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell for more updates, for live updates. Last time in our videos we prepared the balance sheet and it was a live class. Today we are also having another live class where we'll be looking at running through the trading profit and loss and also the balance sheet of the transaction that was given in order for we to be able to post into our appropriate records. And before we go into it, like we always say, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell for more live updates. And you can also help our channel to grow by referring our videos to persons that you know are in need of these accounting videos in order to make learning appropriate, easy for them and for them to understand. As you already know also, we try to make our lessons as simple and easy as possible, that even beginners, we have knowledge of what we're doing and have full understanding of what we are doing. Now let's jump into our question. It said we are to prepare trading profit and loss and balance sheet account, and the question has been given to us. Mind you, we can't just jump into the preparation of balance sheet. We have to start from the trading account because we already know that the trading account is prepared for a sole reason. Now, who knows why we are preparing the trading account? What is the end goal? Yes, Jason?
To get the net profit.
No, to ascertain the gross profit. So the essence of preparing the trading account is to ascertain the gross profit. And the gross profit is carried into the profit and loss account in order for you to ascertain what? Ayomide? Net profit. Wonderful. So once we are able to establish the net profit, we can then move the net profit to the balance sheet. Now, we already know the format from all the videos we've been making. We already know the format of preparing a trading account. So let's quickly run through this and then post into our trading account. I've had my T format of the trading profit and loss account and also that for the balance sheet. Now, let's start with our trading account. The first item we have on the left side, yes, Fatima Adamu?
Opening stock.
Opening stock, wonderful. So what is the cost of our opening stock? 18,000. So we have 18,000 naira as our opening stock. Now I have my naira sign ahead. Then after the opening stock, we have purchases. Do we have purchases here?
Yes.
Yes, we have purchases. So our purchases is what? 6,000. Now the next item we are supposed to add is carriage what? Inwards. But do we have carriage inwards in the question?
No.
So what do? We skip it and we proceed. So we add. Once we add 18,000 plus 6,000, we give us what? 24,000. Wonderful. So we are supposed to subtract something from this 24,000. Who remembers from the format? Yes, Iman? No. There's an item in particular we are supposed to subtract from this. Return outwards, which is the cost of goods that we return back to the supplier. Now, do we have return outwards here?
No.
So we don't have return outwards. That makes 24,000 what? So this becomes our cost of goods available for sale. Now, the next particular here, what are we? Yes, hello, Chukwu. Let's closing stock. Wonderful. Thank you. Let's closing stock. What's the value of our closing stock? 4,000. Now, if we subtract 4,000 from 24,000, what do we have?
20,000.
20,000. And this value becomes what? Cost of goods sold. Wonderful. So we are good with the trading account, right?
Yes.
So cost of goods sold. Now let's come here. What item do we have here?
Sales.
Sales. Wonderful. What's the value of our sales?
50,000.
50,000. Now, do we have there's a particular that is supposed to be here after sales. Sales return. Another word for sales return is what? Return inwards, which is what? The value of goods that our customers return back to us. Maybe because it does not satisfy their need. But do we have sales return?
No.
No, so we close. Now, 50,000 is higher than the cost of goods sold. So that means we have what? Gross profit. So how do we ascertain our gross profit? Subtract cost of goods sold from sales. So if we take 20,000 naira from 50,000 naira, what do we have? 30,000 naira. So I have my 30,000 naira. So if we add these two, it will also give me 50,000 naira. So we are done with our trading account. So this gives me 50,000 naira. Now that is that for our trading account. Now gross profit, we carry gross profit to where? To profit and loss. So we have gross profit. Brought forward is what? 30,000. Now, all income, discount received, commission received are in the credit side of our profit and loss. But do we have any receivables? No. No, we don't have any in our question. Now, all expenses incurred during the accounting year, the business year, will be entered in the debit side of our profit and loss. Now, what are the expenses that were incurred here? Yes, transportation. What's the value? 200. Transportation is 200. Any other rent? Rent paid is how much? 300. 300. Wonderful. Electricity, how much? 400. So electricity is how much? 400. 400. Is that all? Yes. Okay, what's our total expenses? 900. So our total expenses is 900. So we have 30,000 on the credit side and 900 as our expenses. That means we have what? Profit. Profit. And we have net profit. Now, how do we ascertain our net profit? So we subtract total expenses from gross profit. That is wonderful. So if we subtract 900 from 30,000, what do we have? 29,100. 29,100. Wonderful. So this, if we add this, it will give me what? 30,000. 30,000. Now let me ask us a question before we proceed. Now that we've gotten this thing. If you are solving a question and your total expenses is higher than the gross profit, what does it mean? What do you have? It's a net loss. Wonderful. So here we have our 30,000, meaning that we've ascertained what? We've ascertained our net profit. Now you see that there's no way we would have been able to get net profit without solving for the trading account. So the trading account helps us to ascertain the gross profit, which is carried forward to where? To the profit and loss account, and it helps us to ascertain what? Our net profit. And then we need the value of the net profit where? In our balance sheet. Now let's come to the balance sheet. The first item we have on the debit side is what? Capital. Do we have capital? Yes. Good. So what's the value of our capital? 11,500. 11,500. Now another particular that is entered. Net profit. Net profit. What's the value? 29,100. You said? 29,100. 29,100. So what do? We add, right? Yes. So if we add this, what do we have? 40,600. Okay, we are supposed, another particular we are supposed to subtract from here is what? Drawings. Do we have drawings in the question? No. So I'll bring it out here. You said, what's the total? 40,600. 40,600. Wonderful. Now, after drawings, another particular that is on the debit side. Long-term loans. Do we have long-term loans? No. So we move forward. Now, under our subheading, under the debit side, what do we have? Current liabilities. Current liabilities. Wonderful. So we have our current liabilities. Now, what are the liabilities we have? Creditors. Wonderful. So our creditors, what's the value? 4,800. 4,800. Okay. Another liability we have.
Short-term loan.
Short-term loan. Thank you. Now, do you know why short-term loan is under current liabilities? Okay, I will explain that. What's the value of short-term loan? 900. Now, short-term loan is a current liability. When we say current, current means what you need to attend to now, isn't it? Meaning that you don't have a long period of time to attend to it. So short-term loans are loans that are payable within 1 year. Meaning that at the advent of that accounting period, you are supposed to pay back the loan that you obtained to start up a business. Do we understand? Yes. So it becomes a liability because it is something that you need to pay back. It is something that you need to give back to the person that you obtained that particular loan from. Unlike long-term loan, it's not a current liability because you are not mandated. It is not compulsory that you must pay back the loan within a year. Do we understand? You can pay back at a given a longer period of time. And because it's a longer period of time, you can also pay by installment. But in terms of short-term loan, you have to cover that loan within a very specific time. So it becomes a current liability. It becomes a current worry to you because it's something that you need to pay back. Now, do we have any other current liability?
No.
So these are the two current liabilities we have. So when we add the two of them together, 4,800 plus 900 is what?
5,700.
5,700. Now let's come here and the first item we have here is what?
Fixed asset.
Asset. So under our fixed asset, what are those items under the fixed asset?
Furniture and fittings.
Furniture and fittings. Let me use F and F for furniture and fittings. And the value of our furniture and fittings is what?
8,900.
8,900. Wonderful. Another asset. Plant and machinery. What's the value?
4,800.
4,800. Motor vehicle. M and V. Motor vehicle. What's our value?
6,800.
Any other fixed asset?
No.
So we add. If we add 8,900 plus 4,800 plus 6,800, what do we have?
20,500.
Good. So we have 20,500. Now we know why we always put these figures by the side, to illustrate to us that all these figures are being added, and once we have the total, we put it by the side. Now before we proceed, I would like to ask us some questions. Apart from creditors and short-term loans, say somebody met you and is serving account, and maybe there are other particulars that should come under the current liabilities, but because he or she does not have knowledge of that, can you give me maybe one or two other items that you think can also be part of our current liabilities? Not share? Unpaid expenses, wonderful. Ayomide. Bad debt, wonderful. Any other one? Accruals is also unpaid. Another name for unpaid. Now, what about fixed assets? Do we have any other particulars that is not registered? Hello, Chiku.
Land and building.
Land and building. Do we have another one? We should.
Yes.
Adamu. Motor vehicles. There.
Freehold premises.
Freehold premises. Yes, there's another one. That is not tangible. That is intangible. That you cannot hold. Yes. Goodwill. The goodwill of the organization will be entered as our assets. Do we understand? Because these are intangible assets. Intangible are assets that you cannot hold physically. Do we understand? Yes. Now let's proceed to what is the second section we have here?
Current assets.
So let's say we have our current assets. So what are those items we have in current assets?
Debtors.
We have debtors. Who said creditors? So do we have creditors under current assets?
No.
Where is it recorded?
Current liabilities.
Good. Debtors, what's the value of debtors?
8,800.
Wonderful. Now, and from the question, what else do we have as
Cash at hand.
we have cash at hand?
4,700.
Alright, let me use abbreviation CAH, which is cash at hand. How much?
4,700.
Wonderful. Another one?
Cash at bank.
CAB. What is the value?
8,300.
Great. Another one. Do we have any other one?
Closing stock.
Closing stock. Wonderful.
4,000.
4,000. Is that all?
Yes.
Now, say you still want to educate somebody. Is there another item that you think should have been there that is not there?
Yes, sir.
Lulu.
Prepaid.
Prepaid. Wonderful. Prepaid are those expenses that you pay ahead of time. For example, when you pay your rent ahead of time, it's an asset to you because you can be using that premises and nobody will disturb you for any form of rent. Do we understand?
Yes.
Is that all?
Yes.
All right. So let's add 8,800 plus 4,700 plus 8,300 plus 4,000 will give us what?
25,800. 5,800.
25,800. Now let's add our debit side. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 6 plus 7, 3 carry 1. 1 plus 5, 6. Then I bring down my 4, which will give me 46,300. Now let's add the credit side also. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 8, 13. 3 carry 1. 1 plus 5, 6. 2 plus 2, 4. Which gives us 46,300. Meaning the same amount we have in the debit side corresponds with what we have on the credit side. That brings us to the end of our lesson. Like I always say, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bar for more live updates. Thank you so much for joining in my class. Thank you, my fellow, my students, for listening and for cooperating and for also ensuring that things becomes very easy and understand. Do we understand all of this?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye.